So today we are going to discuss about setting up of testing facilities and analytical laboratories and concept of mobile testing laboratories. All of us know the importance of quality of all the food products as well as importance of effective quality control programs for which we need a well-equipped analytical laboratory where we have to analyze the various materials such as raw materials of any food product, semi-finished, finished, stored products, etc. for various chemical as well as bacteriological parameters so as to see that they meet the legal and quality standards. Therefore, analytical laboratory should be regarded as one of the key features of any dairy plant. While designing a dairy plant, a due consideration must be given for the location as well as design of the laboratory. According to BIS, 5 categories of laboratories has been recommended depending upon the quality of milk handled by each dairy. However, these are recommendations only and one can modify them according to suitability of the requirement of a particular plant. As per BIS, as we know, there are 5 categories of dairy laboratories. Category 1 laboratory handles 1 lakh liters or more of milk per day, whereas category B dairy laboratories handle 25,000 liters or more of milk per day, but it should be less than 1 lakh liter. Category C laboratory handle 10,000 liters of milk or more per day, but less than 25,000 liters. Category D dairy laboratories handle 5,000 liters of milk or more per day, but less than 10,000 liters, whereas category E dairy laboratories handle less than 5,000 liters per day. Among these 5 dairy laboratories, the first 3 categories, that is category A, B and C, handle more or less similar facilities are required, which include bacteriological room, sterilization and media room, balance room, wash-up room, gas chamber, fume chamber, fine instrument room, separate rooms for quality control officer and laboratory staff, working benches, etc. Whereas for these 2 category D and category E categories, fewer facilities are recommended. For example, for these laboratories, bacteriological room, sterilization and media room, fine instrument room are not generally required. These laboratories looks like labs only for collection center. Now let us see the location of quality control laboratory in a dairy. It should not be at a remote place from the dairy operations because procurement of samples or conveying of results should not take unnecessary amount of time. But at the same time, it should not be very close to the dairy organizations where there can be a lot of noise, vibrations, steam, etc. It should preferably be away from boiler houses. It should be easily accessible for all the major activities of the dairy. Now let us see the layout or design of the laboratory. These laboratories should have adequate number of rooms, chambers and benches, etc. of suitable dimensions. While setting up of a laboratory, the possible expansion of the dairy should be kept in view. Every laboratory should be provided with a minimum of 2 exits. For each categories, that is A, B, C, D and E of labs, BIS has given 2 alternate layout plans. Now let us see what are general requirements for a quality control laboratories. First comes walls. These should be smoothly finished. For example, they may be tiled with glazed tiles, particularly in the washer room and on the platform where the Gerber test is conducted. Next comes windows. There should be sufficient number of windows fitted with glass panes to receive adequate natural sunlight. Next comes lighting. There should be adequate satisfactory natural daylight. Northern or east northern exposure is preferred for a satisfactory natural daylight, particularly for the color matching, etc. Light should be provided to give a minimum average intensity of 400 to 450 lumen per meter square at working level. Direct sunlight should be avoided, particularly for sensitive instruments, for example, chemical balance, etc. A roof light is helpful. Next comes flooring, which should not be slippery and should be such which can be cleaned easily. Next comes storeroom. There should be 2 storerooms, one for keeping acids, alkalis, ammonia, etc. and second one for fine chemicals, glassware, apparatus.
Hello.
Next comes benches. There are several designs or sizes of benches available in the market. For example, these 5 types of benches are available, and out of which any convenient size can be used to be kept in the quality control laboratory. Most important thing is that bench top should be resistant to acid and alkali. First comes above bench fitting. Shelves should be provided above the bench to keep various solutions, chemicals, reagent, bottles, glasswares, etc. just like our college laboratories. And next one is under bench fitting. The drawers and cupboards with shelf accommodation should be provided in under bench fittings. The underbench unit could be of fixed or removable type and interchangeable. Next comes cupboards. Adequate number of cupboards should be in the laboratory, not only to protect the apparatus, but also to give neat and clean appearance. For this, wall cupboards are preferred, which provide space for storing some of the material without occupying the floor space. Next comes sinks. Sinks of suitable dimensions should be provided in worship rooms. They may be made up of glazed earthenware or vitreous ware or stainless steel. And preferable dimension of sinks for worship room are 75 into 45 into 25 centimeter. And next, sinks for service bench or laboratory bench or working bench should be fitted beneath the bench top, which should be made up of porcelain or other suitable material, and dimensions for such sinks are 45 into 30 into 20 centimeter, which is suitable. Next comes fume cupboards or fume hood, or also known as fume chamber. This should be provided with an efficient means of removing objectionable fumes, gases, vapors, etc. for carrying out operations which cause fumes, etc. Fume chambers should have the provision for gas, water, waste outlet as well as electricity. This is figure of fume hood. Next is water supply. There should be adequate water supply in the quality control laboratory. Next is distilled water plant. Distilled water plant of adequate capacity must be available in each laboratories. Here you can see figure of metal distillation assembly, glass distillation assembly as well as quartz distillation assembly. Next comes gas. Each lab should have provision of gas supply in the form of own gas supply in the gas plant or potable gas supply, electric supply. Each lab should have electric supply. Electric points for water bath, heaters, oven, etc. should be provided in each laboratory. Next comes service lines of water, gas, and electric power. The service lines, namely those of tap water, electric power, and gas, should run along the walls, concealed 80 centimeter above the floor level, and connection taken to the laboratory benches. While installing service lines, two main points should be kept in mind. That is, benches should be easily removable and service lines should be easily accessible. Next comes drainage. Underground drainage system must be there. Fire extinguishers. Each laboratory should be well equipped with fire extinguishers of suitable sizes and first aid box. Next is ventilation. Proper ventilation must be available in each quality control laboratory for which an exhaust fan of suitable size should be provided. Next comes air conditions. Laboratory shall be, each laboratory should be well equipped with the air conditions. Next comes chemicals, glasswares, and consumable stores. Laboratory should be well equipped with necessary chemicals, glasswares, and consumable stores. Next is equipments. All suitable equipments must be available in the laboratory. Now let us discuss about list of different equipments ordinarily required in quality control lab. For the purpose of analyzing chemical as well as microbiological quality of milk and milk products, these equipments must be available in each quality control lab, which include Mozonier apparatus, water baths, hot air oven, hot plates, analytical balances, desiccators, calorimeter, spectrophotometer, nitrogen digestion and distillation apparatus, glass distillation apparatus, refrigerator, BOD incubator, microscope, autoclaves, Milko tester, Milko scan, Gerber fat testing centrifuge, automatic measure for Gerber acid and isoamyl alcohol, Butyrol refractometer with circulating water bath, polarimeter, pH meter, viscometer, Pro Milk infrared moisture tester, general purpose centrifuge, and solubility index apparatus. Now let us see the special requirements for specific purposes. For pad test, a white tiled platform of suitable dimension would be found to be more suitable. Next is washup rooms. It is desirable to have 3 sink units with draining board as well as draining rack. Next is balance room, which should be so located that it is least affected by vibrations. Doors of the laboratory should be self-closing. Bacteriological room should be dust-free and air-conditioned. Drains. The drains should be made up of an acid-proof material. While constructing the drains, the volume of discharge should be taken into account. The drains should be provided with suitable traps at suitable places to prevent blockage of drains. All rooms meant for analytical work in the laboratory should be fly-proof and rodent-proof. Now let us discuss about various chemical tests ordinarily conducted in our daily laboratories. These include organoleptic test, sediment test, alcohol test, COB test, acidity, fat, SNF, freezing point determination, adulterants, preservatives, neutralizers, phosphatase test, hardness of water, available chlorine, pH, turbidity test, sodium chloride purity test, Br at 40 degrees centigrade, Rm value and Polanski value, acid value, sugar or lactose test, overrun, strength of alkali acid, etc. Now let us discuss about mobile testing laboratories. The mobile testing laboratory is the integrated analytical platform equipped with state-of-the-art measurement systems. It is to detect, analyze, as well as confirm the chemical and biological adulterants or contaminants available in the food, water, milk, etc. This lab, in real sense, is full-fledged traditional laboratory in the field as a mobile unit. The mobile testing laboratory for the detection of food adulteration includes some rapid chemical and microbiological tests in particular. This lab should have proper safety features like pressurized air system, biological safety cabinet, etc. These labs are fabricated on a specially modified mobile platform like heavy-duty trucks. In India, the newly formed Food Safety and Standards Authority, that is FSSAI, has taken an initiative to set up the mobile testing laboratories which are expected to be positioned at various locations in the country, including Delhi, on the basis of risk assessment. Here you can see mobile testing laboratories. Now, what are objectives of mobile testing laboratories? Simply to take process of food testing to the doorsteps of the consumers and others. First one is the labs will visit the local markets, households, restaurants, godowns, schools and other public places, conduct tests on the spot and declare the results, thereby creating awareness among people and also furnish feedback to the food safety authorities. Next, collection of information by means of testing and preparation of a database which can be useful in maintaining surveillance and could also be utilized by the food safety officers, laboratories, and others involved in food safety regulations. Now, design of the laboratory. The mobile testing laboratory is generally constructed by laminated panels with excellent insulation properties. These panels are mounted in a galvanized steel frame. External dimensions generally depend upon the type and kind of testing to be carried out in a particular laboratory. The container is designed in such a manner that it can be lifted by both crane, truck with container hoist and can be transported by truck, ship, train and aeroplane. These laboratories can also be fitted in heavy-duty trucks. The laboratory can be divided into two portions internally by a sliding doors. One half of the laboratory can be used for the preparation of samples, and the other functions as a measurement laboratory where instrumentation can be located. The platform includes both rear and side entry doors with dual pan windows. The units should be equipped with adequate number of generators, most likely 2 numbers, 1 on each side of the platform. Additionally, there should be filtered fresh air intakes and exhaust vents with HEPA, that is high efficiency particulate air, which filters to avoid contamination of the environment. Now, let us see a basic mobile laboratory which should have the following features. First thing is that at least 20 feet container made up of laminated aluminum panels with excellent insulation mounted in a galvanized steel frame should be there. Extension dimensions include 606 into 244 into 244 centimeter. There should be provision for a connection to external power supply, that is of 230 to 400 volt. Facilities for connection to external water supplies, air conditioning and internal climate control for operation in adverse weather conditions. Separate air conditioning and ventilation systems. Built-in diesel generator for power supply in the event of power cuts. Fume hood, refrigerator, freezer, and microwave, lines for telephony, data, internet, email, etc. So, this laboratory should be well equipped with different equipments which are required for chemical as well as microbiological analysis of milk and milk products. And for that, different types of equipment required depends upon kind of testing to be performed. The possible equipments include sampling equipment and containers, milko tester, milk analyzer, ovens, incubators, Gerber centrifuge and clinical centrifuge, rapid chemical testing kit, rapid microbiological testing kits, biosensor based tests for antibiotics, etc., lactometers, personal computers, printers, and protective equipments. So this is all about setting of quality control laboratories, testing facility, and mobile testing laboratories. Thank you. Thank you very much.